people gathered in downtown Phoenix this evening for a Fighting for Reproductive Freedom rally. Dr. Jill Biden kicked off the event to discuss one of this election's most divisive issues, abortion. In addition to the First Lady, Governor Katie Hobbs, Congressman Ruben Gallego, Senator Mark Kelly, former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, reproductive freedom advocate Kate Cox, actor Bryan Cranston, best known for his character Walter White in the TV show Breaking Bad, actress Sophia Bush, best known for her role as Brooke Davis in the TV show One Tree Hill, all stepped up to the podium. All shared concerns about women's rights and the ramifications in Arizona abortion laws since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Democrats worry that if former President Donald Trump is elected, access to birth control, IVF, and care after a miscarriage could be in jeopardy.
No one has to abandon their faith or their deeply held beliefs to agree that the government shouldn't be telling women what to do. We have to meet this moment as if our rights are at stake, because they are.
This November, we have the opportunity to enshrine the right to abortion in our state's constitution so that no politician can ever take that right away from us again.
Rallies like this one continue tomorrow around the valley before the bus heads upstate for events in Sedona and Flagstaff early next week. During speeches, 2 women were escorted out by security. They appeared to be protesting the war in Gaza. Election Day is just 24 days away, and there's a big push from both sides to get voters to the polls. Reporting in Phoenix, I'm Michaela Marshall for Arizona's Family.